Good day everyone. So welcome sa panibagong YouTube math tutorial natin. Ang didiscuss natin ngayong araw ay descriptive statistics versus inferential statistics. So ang goal natin dito ay pagkumparahin at alamin yung pagkakaiba ng dalawang types of statistics. So bago yan, huwag kakalimutan na mag-like at mag-subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. No? So let's start. So let's define first what is descriptive statistics. So when we talk about descriptive statistics, it is describe what does the data show. So basically, nagde-describe ka lang or sinasabi mo lang yung makikita mo base sa data na meron ka. Okay? Pangalawa, it summarize o kapag involved yung summarization, organization, and presentation of information from the dataset. So ibig sabihin, nagiging descriptive siya the moment na we just simply summarize or organize or presenting your data doon sa ating kinukuha na ng data rin. Sunod, it tells us what has already happened. So meaning, sinasabi lang dito yung nangyari na. So halimbawa, the average grade of the grade 11 students from Kupang Senior High School. So the grade is already there, no? So, sinasabi na lang kung ano yung average na grade ng mga estudyante ng Kupang Senior High School. Sunod, describes the data that you have. So, again, kapag descriptive, ma-relate natin siya sa word na describe, okay? Tandaan ha, pag descriptive, it, statistics, nagde-describe ka lang or ini-explain mo lang kung ano yung data na meron ka, okay? And here are the following examples under descriptive statistics. So first, the average score of the class is 82. Second will be 60% of the respondents are female, and the highest temperature this week is 34 degrees Celsius. So as you can see, dun sa ating tatlong example, nagde-describe lang siya ng kanyang data or nagde-describe lang siya ng observation coming from the data na meron siya. Okay, so it does not involve analysis or prediction. No? So, yun naman ang pinagkaiba ng descriptive sa inferential. Kasi pag sinabing inferential, unang-una, it uses the sample data to make prediction or conclusion. So, meaning, yung pag inferential statistic, you are now predicting a scenario wherein base sa pinapakita ng data nyo about saan sa larger population na meron ka, or it can be conclusion, not just in prediction but it can be derived as a conclusion. Second is it tells us what is likely to happen. So pag inferential statistic, sinasabi rin dito na ito yung posibleng mangyari or hindi pwedeng mangyari. So, yun po yung sinasabi niya. So, nagkakaroon talaga siya ng prediction base sa data na meron ka. Okay? Third, to infer or to predict beyond the data that you have. Pinapangunahan mo na or nag-assume ka na may isang resulta na pwede mangyari base doon sa data na meron ka. So, nag-i-infer ka, nagpi-predict ka. So, what is the possible result? So, sinasagot mo na yung result, sinasagot mo na yung tanong base sa prediction na meron ka. So, gagamit ka kasi ng different test. So, hindi na natin i-discuss yun kasi ang focus naman natin ay pagkumparahin yung dalawang uri ng statistics. So, pag inferential, it involves predictions, conclusions, and analysis of a certain data. So, the moment na in-apply mo yung tatlo na yon o isa doon sa tatlong yon, therefore, yung question na meron ka is example of inferential statistic. Now, to understand more, let's have the following examples. So, first is to predict election result using survey. So, ayan, predict election result using survey. So, pinipredict na nila kung sino yung mga posibleng mananalo sa upcoming election. Through what? Through surveys. Kaya makikita natin na meron margin of error doon. Kasi bakit? Kapag nagpipredict tayo, maaring tama yung prediction natin, maaring hindi. So, dadaan nyo ng hypothesis, dadaan nyo ng testing hypothesis, no? So, ite-test niya whether the claim or the prediction is true or not. Okay? Now, since pag nagsasurvey tayo, hindi natin kayang survey o hindi natin kayang tanungin lahat ng tao. So, coming from the population, we get the sample. So, the sample is a smaller size dun sa population. Kasi yung sample ay kinukuha sa population. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang population natin ay 50, therefore, ang sample natin, it can be 10, 15, 20, or any value na mas maliit sa population natin, which is 50. So, nakikita natin, nagpe-predict siya. Predict, conclusion, and analysis. That is the term that we can use, or kahit pa paano yung magiging keyword natin, ito yung example na to ay inferential statistic. Second, concluding. Ayan. So, after predicting, it can be concluding. Concluding that a new technique method improves performance. So, sinasabi mo na, or dahil sa analyzation na meron ka, na-analyze mo na, na-test mo na, you are now concluding the result of the data that you have. So, sabi dito, concluding that a new teaching method improves the performance. Number 3, estimating. So, it can be estimating as well. So, nag-estimate ka. Bakit? Pag nag-estimate ka, ibig sabihin, nagpipredict ka rin ng posibleng sagot or posibleng values na data mo. So, estimating the average income of all families using sample. So, ayan ang word na sample na naman because madalas ginagamit inferential sa pagtitest ng isang study na gumagamit po ng sample data. Okay? Now, to understand lalo ang pagkakaiba ng descriptive at inferential, allow me to have this table. So I hope this table will help you to clearly understand what is the difference between two statistics. So in terms of purpose, pag descriptive statistic, it describe the data. So basically, dinedescribe niya lang, pinapaliwanag niya lang, nilalahad niya lang kung ano yung nakikita doon sa data na meron ka. However, kapag inferential naman, nagpe-predict, nagge-generalize, nagko-conclude base sa data na meron siya. Okay? Now, in terms of focus, kung ano lang yung nakikita mo kapag descriptive, what you see. Kumbaga, what you see is what you get. Pero pag inferential statistic, what you cannot directly see. Maaring makikita mo, pero hindi siya diretsong makikita mo. Ite-test mo siya, pag-aaralan mo siya, magpe-predict ka kung itong data na to ay posibleng mangyari. So, after the prediction, magkakaroon ka ng conclusion. So, next, data used. So, gaano kalaki yung data na ginagamit. So, pag descriptive, as much as possible, the entire data set or lahat, walang maiiwan. Lahat matatanong, lahat makukuha ng sagot. However, pag inferential, pipili ka lang out of the population. So, example natin kanina, if that, kunyari lang, the total students of Kupang Senior High School is only 50, the total population na yon 50, ang sample doon dapat is less than 50. Kasi kumukuha ka lang ng, pag sinabing sample, you are just selecting numbers from the population or kumukuha ka lang ng parte doon sa population. So, ibig sabihin, kung big circle yung population, ang sample naman ay small circle. Okay? Next, in terms of output, so ito na yon, maaari mo siyang i-represent to tables, to graphs, and to averages kapag ito ay descriptive. However, kapag inferential, it estimates. Okay? Hypothesis testing, tinetest whether the claim is true. So, ayan. And the prediction. Okay? And last part of our differentiation about descriptive and inferential, pag sinabing what is happening, descriptive yon. So, meaning, hindi mo na kailangan mag-predict. Straight to the point ang pagsasagot. Made-describe mo na once na sagot na ng respondents yung iyong tinatanong or nakuha mo na yung data na nais mo coming from the respondents that you have. Pero kapag inferential, what can we conclude? Ano naman ang masasabi mo sa data na meron ka? Ano ang interpretation mo base sa data na meron ka? So, ibig sabihin, yung descriptive class is just simply describing the data that you gathered from the respondents. And kapag inferential naman, ito naman yung statistic wherein nagle-level up yung way of example o way of questioning. Kasi nagpipredict ka na eh. Parang kumbaga, pinapangunahan mo na yung posibleng mangyari base sa data na meron ka. So, hindi lang basta huhulaan mo yung mangyari or just predict. Ito ay smart guess. Matalinong hula. Bakit? Kasi yung paghuhula kapag inferential statistic ay ginagamitan mo ng statistical tools. So, hindi lang basta, kumbaga sa multiple choice, parang pipili ka lang between A to D, hindi ganon. Kapag inferential, nagpipredict ka, pero yung prediction na yon ay higher chance na pwede mangyari kasi nagpipredict ka base sa resulta o base sa data na meron ka. So, example, magbigay tayo ng example. Uulan bukas. Okay. Ngayon, there's a 50-50 chance na maaring umulan bukas o hindi. Paano yon magpapataas yung kayong percentage na yun? Gagamit ka ng mga weather application. So, pag after ng weather application, makikita mo yung past 7 days na weather system sa Pilipinas. So, pang araw ba, umaulan. And then, suddenly, you can predict, uulan bukas because 3 days before the observation day, okay, napansin mo na araw-araw umuulan. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday umuulan. So, pagdating ng Thursday, there's a great chance na uulan ulit. Okay? So, ganun po yung prediction. Hindi basta hula lang. Merong basihan yung hula na yon. Meron basihan yung prediction na yon. So, I hope malinaw, no? Now, the next slide is ang practice exercises. So, dito natin malalaman kung talagang nauunawaan na natin kung ano pinagkaiba ng descriptive at inferential. So, first, let's read the direction. So, tell whether if the example is descriptive or inferential. So, without further ado, let's start. So, based on a sample of 50 students, we predict that the average math score of grade 10 students is 80. What do you think? Do you think it is descriptive or inferential? If your answer is inferential, therefore you are correct because this one is example of inferential statistics. Second, from a survey of 100 customers, we estimate that 70% of all customers prefer brand A. So what do you think? Is it descriptive or inferential? If your answer is inferential, therefore you are correct. Because, in this case, nag-estimate naman siya. So, the manager or the something na mas mataas dun sa isang shop, okay, is nag-estimate that 70% ang customer ay mas gusto yung brand A kaysa sa iba pang brand. Okay? Letter C, the pie chart, or number 3, the pie chart shows that 40% of expenses go to the food. O, ayan. Ano kaya ito? This one is descriptive kasi class pie chart. So, meaning, nagde-describe ka lang. Dinidescribe mo lang resulta o pinapakita mo lang through tables and charts. So, the moment na yung ating example ay pinapakita lang through visual representation like tables, graph, and charts, therefore, it is an example of descriptive statistics. 4. A researcher a researcher claimed that the new teaching method improves learning based on the test result. So what do you think? Is it descriptive or inferential? If your answer is inferential, therefore you are correct. Why? Because the research is already claiming na naniniwala siya na yung bagong teaching method ay nag-improve ng learning ng mga bata. Paano nalaman? Kasi yung test exam or test result ay mataas. Next, the median age of the employees sa company is 29. O kailangan pa ba mag-predict dyan? Nire-required ka ba mag-predict? Nire-required ka ba mag-estimate? Hindi. Sinasabi niya lang, dinidescribe niya lang that the median age of the employee ng company is 29. Nagde-describe lang. Kaya that's the reason why it is descriptive statistics. Next, from a sample of employees, we estimate that the average salary of all workers in the company. Now, do you think is it descriptive or inferential? We estimate. So the answer is inferential. So again, let me repeat na kapag nag-estimate, nagpe-predict, or pagko-conclude na isang bagay is under yan ng inferential statistics. Next, 80% of the respondents said that they prefer online shopping. So, what do you think? Is it descriptive or inferential? If your answer is descriptive, you are 100% correct. Why? 80% of respondents said they prefer online shopping. So, base sa pagkakaunawa natin, 8 sa 10 mga tao ay mas gusto ang online shopping. So, anong ginawa mo? Nag-predict ka ba? Nag-estimate ka ba? Nag-conclude ka ba? Hindi. You are just simply what? Describing the data that you have. Okay? Describing lang yan. Nilahad niya lang dyan. Okay? Next. By testing a sample of products, we conclude that 90% of the entire batch meets quality standards. So, what is the answer? It is inferential statistics. Okay? Next, the average score of 40 students in a math test is 78. Do you think? The answer is descriptive. Let me repeat. In this case, nagde-describe ka lang, nilalahad mo lang yung data na meron ka. Okay? Yun ang tatanda na yun ang pinagkakaiba ng descriptive tsaka inferential statistic. At doon na nagtatapos ang ating video about the difference between descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Okay? So, yun. Sana maraming natutunan at sana mas klaro na kung ano bang pinagkaiba ng dalawang types of statistic, descriptive and inferential. So muli, huwag kakalimutan mag-subscribe, pindutin ang notification bells nang sa ganun, updated ka sa lahat ng YouTube Math tutorial na ilalabas ko. At huwag din kakalimutan i-like yung video natin, i-share sa mga classmate, at the same time, i-share din natin sa ibang mga bata na nahihirapan i-differentiate kung ano ang pagkaiba ng descriptive statistic at inferential statistics. So muli, this is Matt Turo. Thank you and God bless.